Good evening. So, in today's class, we'll be talking about the methods of excretion in plants. Okay, this is a topic of the chapter Life Processes, Class 10, CBSC, Biology. So, when I talk about excretion, excretion means removal of wastes. What are wastes? Wastes are any substance which we don't need. They are unwanted or they may just be poisonous or toxic also. Any harmful or unwanted substance is a waste. And whenever a body or a living organism is performing a life process or a metabolic process, obviously a byproduct as a waste will be generated. So that waste is toxic for the body and it can harm the body, and hence it is important to remove it, and that process is excretion. For excretion in plants, there are a variety of adaptations which a plant has made in order to remove its excretory products. So let us discuss about these varieties. The first method is using stomata. Using stomata by gaseous exchange. Let us try to understand this. In plants, there are stomata, which are tiny pores on the leaf. Through this stomata, excess water and even gases are exchanged. Carbon dioxide, which is produced as a byproduct of carbon dioxide and oxygen, which are produced or released in plants as a byproduct in photosynthesis. The carbon dioxide which is released in respiration and oxygen as a byproduct in photosynthesis are actually removed by stomata. Those are also additional unwanted substances. Plants don't need it. That's why they emit oxygen in photosynthesis. And plants don't need the additional carbon dioxide while they are respiring. So they emit it. And that is a way of their excretion. Second, transpiration. Again a function of stomata. Transpiration is the loss of water by aerial parts of the plant. And using transpiration, the plants lose the excess water. What is urination in humans is transpiration in plants. Next method is secretions in the soil. Sometimes plants also have some chemical secretions, some chemical compounds and some compounds and components which are actually secreted directly into the soil. We don't realize it, but the plant sometimes some unwanted chemicals are directly penetrating into the soil from the root of the plant. Next method is wilting of leaves. Now plants have plant hormones called abscisic acid, which is a growth inhibitor. These hormones actually promote falling of leaves in plants. Falling of leaves is called wilting. Now some leaves which have gone old, always we all know that in autumn or patjhad the leaves of the plant fall. So to improvise on that, the plants have used a method in which they store their excretory product, the unwanted product, in these leaves which fall off. Another method of excretion. Next, in gums, raisins, old xylems, etc. Plants also store some of their excretory products or unwanted products in form of additional fruits like gums, raisins, and even in some of their tissues like xylems. And from that also they will excrete these products. These old parts which are of no use will store the product. So the plant is safe and it's prevented from any harm by these products. Fine. So these were some of the excretory methods in plant. There are many more methods as well, but these are the basic methods through which the plant will eliminate its waste components which are toxic to it and also harm it in many ways. Okay. So if I take a plant here, if I am taking the plant and these are its roots. Here I have the leaves, okay, a growing plant which is developing its leaves and roots. Fine. So let's try to identify the methods. On this leaf, the tiny pores called stomata will be there. So this will lead to stomatal excretion, which is in the form of transpiration and gaseous exchange. Inside this stem, parts of the stem, we have xylem and phloem, the vascular tissues of the plant. So here storage in xylem, this will happen, this last point, and gums and raisins and other products will also get formed. From the roots, the plants will emit secretions to the soil. The root is performing this function. And some old leaves which are of no use, suppose this is an old leaf, if I take it as an old leaf, this will also store the excretory products. Okay, the excretory products will be stored in this part also, and this will wilt in the proper leaf wilting season by the action of plant hormones which help in wilting of the leaves and will help the excretion of the plant. This stomatal excretion is giving both transpiration and also gas exchange. Gas exchange. Okay, and when I talk about this gaseous exchange, this I am talking about both photosynthesis and respiration. In respiration, the plants will remove CO2. In photosynthesis, the plants will remove O2, which is the byproduct and is unwanted by the plant. Fine. So by roots, by leaves, by stomata through transpiration and gaseous exchange in photosynthesis and respiration, secretions of chemical compounds in the soil, etc. are all the methods through which the plants will give their excretion and will help remove these toxic and unwanted substances synthesized during their metabolic processes. And that's why excretion, which is very, very important, is a life process as well, because it helps maintain the life by removal of these toxic substances. Human beings and other organisms have again modes of excretion. As we know, for the human beings, they have a proper human excretory system. With this, we close the class. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Stay safe.